So this week I realized that there were a couple of opportunities I had been missing with our kids as far as education is concerned. And I want this video to help you see those opportunities in your life as well. So if you're anything like me, you get a little overwhelmed with all of the questions and all of the talking that your kids do in a day. My kids don't stop talking, right? There's 4 of them, and even Isley chimes in with her little babbles so much that by the end of the day, I am so tired of hearing the noise, right? There's not really a quiet moment in my life right now. And it's beautiful and wonderful and also stressful. So it's really easy to miss opportunities with our kids because we're overwhelmed, because we're stressed, because we're overstimulated. And it's okay to miss them, but it's also really good to seize those opportunities, right? So I'm just going to give you a couple of examples of moments that I previously missed that have turned into teaching opportunities for me. And I hope that it helps you recognize those opportunities that you may also be missing and gives you the power to seize those moments and educate your kids even better than you already are. All right, so the first opportunity that I was completely missing and didn't even realize was kind of funny to me now because this happens every single day of my life. Lana brought a full bunch of bananas into the living room earlier and asked if she could have a banana. She had 3 bananas in her hand. So the answer is yes, you can have a banana, but you need to put the others back. And I caught myself right away and said, wait a minute. You can teach her to count. You can teach her to add and subtract in this moment. And so I did. I said, Lana, hold on, don't put those back yet. Let's talk about how many bananas you have. And so she counted 3 bananas. I said, how many bananas would you have if you put 2 back? And she thought for a little bit and she said, I would have 1 banana. And I said, yeah. And I said, how many bananas would you be giving away if you gave 1 to Zadok and 1 to Uriah? And she said, I would be giving 2 bananas away. And so just in that moment where I would have normally fussed at her to put the other bananas back, we learned to add, subtract, and count. And it was just as easy as talking to her while she distributed the bananas, right? I normally fuss at my kids to put the extra produce away. That stuff is expensive and they have a habit of just throwing things all over the place. And it's frustrating to me when that happens. But if I can take every single time they bring all of the produce into the living room and turn it into a teaching opportunity, they'll be math whizzes by the end of the week, okay? So from now on, I'm planning to, and I will not get this right 100% of the time because I am human, but I plan to take those opportunities to say, hey guys, let's slow down, and instead of me getting frustrated, let's learn about numbers in this moment. Okay, you can make math manipulatives out of literally anything, even bananas. So the second opportunity that I had been passing up quite frequently that I'm going to try to get better at is when we're in the car. When we are in the car and the kids are talking a million miles an hour and they're fighting and they're asking questions about the buildings that we're driving past and the signs that they see on the sides of the road, I get so overstimulated. It is a very small space and nobody can escape anybody, and it is loud in my car 100% of the time. If you've ever talked to me on the phone while I'm in the car, you can hear all of the madness happening right behind me. So yesterday we were on a drive and I thought to myself, the noise is too much. I have to, I'm gonna pull over and I'm gonna step out of the car for a second. Okay, I'm losing my mind. And as I was about to pull over to the side of the road to hop out for a second and get a quiet, literally 3 seconds, Zadok said, Mommy, that sign says 45 miles per hour. And I thought, who taught him that? And then I realized that I shouldn't be asking this question. I should have taught him that. So I didn't pull over. We kept driving. And I said, guys, tell me when you see another 45 mile per hour sign. And they all got quiet. It was like magic. They all got quiet and looked for the 45 mile per hour sign. And we turned onto a different street and I said, well, find how many miles per hour Mommy's supposed to be driving now. And they were still quiet. It was magic. And And they looked for a 25-mile-per-hour sign. And when they found it, they said, "Mommy, 25, you're supposed to be driving 25. And I was driving slightly higher than 25. So I slowed myself down to 25. And when I did, they said, "Mommy, is that how fast you're driving?" And I said, "Yeah, Mommy's going the speed limit." So we had a great conversation about law. First of all, it's the law to drive 25 miles per hour when the speed limit is 25. We talked about numbers. They were recognizing their numbers. And then we talked about what happens when you don't follow the law, which was exciting because they recognized that I was going faster than I had been a second ago, and I was no longer following the speed limit. So now I have a couple of backseat drivers, and that's a consequence that I'll have to live with, but we learned about our numbers and about the laws of the road, so I'm really not sure which is better, to have backseat drivers who know the law or to not. I guess we'll find out. Stay tuned for that video. So the last opportunity that I didn't realize I was missing came when we were doing church this morning. So we do Sunday mornings with Saddleback Kids. We use their church at home videos. They're amazing. I'll link them below. But we were doing their videos, and actually the verse that we were talking about was Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. And I actually had coloring sheets that I'm not sure where I got, but Jeremy found coloring sheets that had that same verse on it. So we're coloring those sheets, we're listening to Saddleback Kids, and Uriah looks at me and says, "I want to color this red." And he pulls out the red pencil. And I said, "Okay, what do you want to color?" And he pointed to the O. And I was just going to color it. And then I thought, oh, maybe he doesn't know what letter that is or even what shape that is. So we talked about the letter O. And this is a red O, and an O is a circle shape, right? And so we walked away from that with him knowing and understanding that we were coloring the circles that are O's red, right? And it was easy. We were already coloring together. Then we talked about the letter U, which is obviously special to him because it's how his name starts, and he didn't know that, right? So I talked to him about the letter U, and he pulled out the blue pencil and said, "I want to color it blue." And so we did. Well, then we went through the whole coloring sheet, and I asked him to find the O's, and we would color all the O's red. And so we had a letter recognition lesson right in the middle of church this morning. Those are just 3 examples of moments that I have absolutely missed in the past. When I think about all of the times that I missed a math lesson via produce being brought to me in the living room over the last 5 years, it is a lot of missed opportunity. And I want to make sure that I'm sharing these moments of vulnerability in my parenthood with you guys so that you don't also miss those opportunities. Homeschooling doesn't have to look like sitting at the table and stressing out over worksheets and freaking out about letter recognition. It can literally just be driving down the road, asking them to tell you when they see a certain number or see a certain letter. These are moments you can use every single day to help educate your kids. It does not all have to happen at your dining room table or in your schoolroom. So I love homeschool simply for that fact. It does not have to happen sitting around the table. And I really hope that this helps empower you to find opportunities in your life that you may have missed previously that you don't have to miss anymore. And your kids are going to benefit from that, and so will you.